What's going on, guys? GSMSC here and welcome to a brand new video and welcome to your daily dose of transfer gossip. And today is going to be Friday the 10th of January. We have confirmed deals to go through as well as the rumours. So just before we get started, if you could do that good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button if you're new, and press the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. My previous episode will be down below in the description box, and current schedule every day at 8 AM UK time will be a new transfer update. And finally, in the comment section below, what other videos aside from transfer episodes would you like to see on this channel? Right, so we have got a few confirmed deals to go through today, and first up is Scott Sinclair, a player that a few years ago was doing absolutely fantastic for Celtic, but fortunately for him his playing time definitely started to decrease. But he has joined Preston North End on a permanent basis from Celtic. It's an undisclosed fee and he signed a 2.5-year contract. North Korean striker Kwan Song Han has joined Al Dahil in the Qatari Stars League. He's joined from Juventus and it's a €5 million fee. And it's not the first transfer between the clubs because last year Benatia joined them and most recently Mandzukic made the switch on a free transfer. Etebo has joined Getafe from Stoke City, and this was a loan deal that optioned to buy at the end of the current season, and I'm pretty sure he joined Stoke about a year and a half ago. A centre-back called Fale, apologies if I said his name wrong, he has joined Fenerbahce from Eintracht Frankfurt. Again, a loan deal with the option to buy, and the next confirmed deal was Raul de Thomas. I mentioned it I think yesterday or the day before, but it's now officially a done deal. He's returned to Spain to go to Espanyol from Benfica, and it's a €20 million fee. And bear in mind, he only joined Benfica about 6 months ago for €20 million. This next one will be a confirmed transfer, but we're not sure as of yet whether it will be in the January window or whether they'll wait until the summer transfer window instead. But BBC Sport are saying Manchester United captain Ashley Young will join Inter Milan. Young's contract will expire at the end of the season and he is set to sign for Inter on a free transfer, though United could still sell him in January and a deal is still possible this month. This story broke a couple days ago from Fabrizio Romano and Gianluca Di Marzio. They basically said that Inter are in talks with Ashley Young and it seems to have concluded very quickly. It turns out there's a bit of an update about this Ashley Young situation because just this morning or yesterday for you guys, Sky Sports put out a tweet saying Manchester United have offered Ashley Young a 1-year contract extension, and the reason they've done this is in order to fend off interest from Inter Milan. They want to keep him, and obviously there is still a possibility that he does stay, but the move to Inter still looks more likely according to other outlets. Juventus are eyeing a move for Bologna winger Riccardo Orsolini, with the old lady ready to use a buyback clause on the Italian star. Sources tell Goal.com that Juve can bring the 22-year-old back for just €22.5 million in the upcoming summer transfer window, and $30 million the following year. Next up we have another Manchester United player that seems to be on the verge of joining a Serie A side, and that is a youngster Chong. He looks likely to join Juventus at the end of the season according to Calcio Mercato. The 20-year-old is in the final 6 months of his current deal, and because of that he's very interested in a move to the Italian Giants, though as of right now no agreement has been made. United are still trying to persuade him to put pen to paper on a new contract, but it does seem that Chong is edging closer to the Serie A champions. Watford are interested in a January move for Fulham left-back Joe Bryan according to the Daily Mail. The 26-year-old has been an ever-present this season for the Cottagers, who are currently 5th in the Championship, and they do look to make an instant return to the top flight. Bryan's valuation is apparently around £10 million, and Watford, because of their injury situation, could well activate or pay that type of fee. An interesting story from ESPN is that LA Galaxy are willing to offer La Liga side Sevilla $10 million. That's in order to land Mexican star Javier Hernandez. The outlet claims that LA Galaxy will make the offer in the coming weeks, and that will be in order to bring Chicharito to Major League Soccer. It will be the biggest transfer fee the club has ever paid because the current record right now is just over $7 million, and that was for Giovanni Dos Santos back in July 2015. And LA Galaxy, of course, are looking for a big name player to replace Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and Javier Hernandez could be that man. Aston Villa are weighing up a move for Jay Rodriguez according to The Athletic. They do consider Rodriguez an ideal fit for the club because he can play as a striker or alternatively can play on the wing, But for Burnley, they may be reluctant to let him go because they themselves are in a relegation scrap, though he has hardly featured for them so far this season. A story that I mentioned yesterday is going to be Pepe Reina and a potential return to the Premier League. And according to AS, they say Reina has agreed to join Aston Villa on a 6-month deal. The Premier League side have been in talks with the veteran goalkeeper. That's because they look to replace the injured Tom Heaton. He's out for the whole season and they are in a bit of an injury crisis right now, and it does seem they've already struck a deal that could see Reina return to the Premier League. And like I said before, and like I said yesterday, he's played so many Premier League matches, he brings some vital experience. Barcelona have opened talks with Palmeiras for midfielder Mateus Fernandes, and this story is according to reports in Spain. The Catalan side have made a €6 million bid for the 21-year-old, but the deal is made complicated by the fact his previous side Botafogo, they still own some of his rights, and because of that they need to agree to let him move to Spain. Brighton, Crystal Palace and Southampton are all looking to sign Tottenham right back Kyle Walker-Peters according to Sky Sports News. Spurs are expected to allow the 22-year-old to leave on loan this month, and the defender is hoping to stay in the Premier League, but the Athletic do suggest that the team that are frontrunners right now are Crystal Palace. I don't think Palace ever really replaced Aaron Wan-Bissaka when he made the switch to Manchester United, so it would make sense to bring a right back in, and it would be on a temporary basis. Another player linked to Palace now, according to Sky yet again, is going to be Everton forward Cenk Tosun. The Turkish striker has made just 5 appearances so far this term, scoring 1 goal, and because of that he's looking to get more first team football ahead of Euro 2020, and Palace are looking to bring a striker in. Chelsea have bid €20 million or £17 million for Mets attacker Habib Diallo, and that's according to Republican Lorraine. The forward has got 10 goals in Ligue 1 this season, despite playing for a side fighting relegation. And Chelsea have been into a lot of different players so far already because their transfer ban was uplifted, and they have been into a lot of strikers on top of that. But Diallo, he could be considered a cheaper alternative to the likes of Timo Werner and most recently Moussa Dembele, but it looks like Chelsea will be fairly active. And yet another Chelsea rumour, again according to Sky Sports, is that Chelsea have made an offer to sign Benfica's Gedson Fernandes. He has been into a move to the Premier League for some time, or the last couple of weeks at least, and those sides were to Arsenal, Manchester United, and the favourites at one point were West Ham. And this story does say that it'll be a loan offer for 18 months, that's been the same for every other offer so far. But the obligation to buy, instead of £34 million, it'd be £55 million if he plays at least 50% of their games. Tottenham have entered the race for AC Milan striker Krzysztof Piątek according to The Guardian. Milan are ready to sell the 24-year-old Polish forward who impressed in his debut season at the San Siro, but as I keep saying, so far he's definitely struggled to recreate that this season, and because of that linked to the likes of Aston Villa, Newcastle and now Tottenham. Milan may be hard pressed to find a club willing to meet their €30 million asking price however, but because Spurs have got injuries to Harry Kane for I believe 2 months and Sissoko for 3 months, they're looking to bring a striker and a central midfielder in. Chelsea could enter the race to sign Atletico Madrid's Thomas Lemar in January. The Blues have been offered the France international according to the Evening Standard, but Tottenham are also interested in signing him. Atletico are said to be demanding around £50 million for the 24-year-old, and Tottenham's offer apparently was a loan with the obligation or option to buy for a further €60 million. Eurosport are saying that Lyon are in the market for a left back this January. They have been linked to Ricardo Rodriguez, though he seems destined to go to the Turkish league, but they do suggest that their preferred move at least is for 27-year-old left back Jerome Roussillon. He currently plays in the Bundesliga for Wolfsburg, and they are prepared to make a move as long as the Bundesliga outfit's demands are reasonable. Foot Mercato are reporting that Lyon have had an opening bid of €12 million rejected by Villarreal, and that's for forward Carl Toko Akambi. The Spanish side do want around €20 million to get a deal done, and that's very close to the fee they paid for him initially a couple years ago, but they're still hoping for more than €25 million. And Toko Akambi does want the move to happen, he wants to make the switch to Lyon, and he is currently unhappy with the two teams' inability to agree a fee. Atletico Madrid have set their sights on Napoli striker Milik according to AS. The Spanish side are eager to sign a new striker and have been linked with several options in recent months. but they seem to have settled on Milik as a top priority and have reached out to his agents to discuss a deal. They are still very likely to bring in Cavani, but because PSG don't want to let him go now, instead they'll have to wait until the summer when he comes on a free. Fabrizio Romano is saying that AC Milan have asked rivals Inter Milan about Matteo Politano. Meetings have already taken place with his agent, but Inter only want to sell him on a permanent basis. And now we have got a pretty long story about Boubakary Soumare. So first up, RMC are saying Lille are very open to selling the midfielder this month. Chelsea, Manchester United, Arsenal, Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid are all interested, and Eurosport add that Tottenham are also studying a possible move. He is only 20 years old and considered a massive talent from France, and the player does want to stay at Lille until at least the end of the season, but the club themselves, they may force him to depart because the rumoured fees are around 50 million euros, and that's too much for them to turn down. And another Chelsea rumour now from the Express is that Chelsea have made West Ham defender Issa Diop their top transfer target, and they are preparing a £40 million bid. The Blues are looking to strengthen their defence and view the 22-year-old Frenchman as a perfect signing. Frank Lampard's side face competition though from Tottenham, and the new Hammers boss David Moyes, he doesn't want to sell him. And then we have a very short but interesting one from a source called Ebola. I believe that's a Portuguese outlet, though I could be wrong. And they're saying that Ajax are considering bringing back Matthijs de Ligt to the club on loan. That's after a disastrous start to life at Juventus. And it's extremely harsh as saying that it's been disastrous. Like, he's still a young player, so much potential. Everyone knows how good he is. But obviously, as of late, he's lost his place in the starting 11 to Demiral. Like, it might not have gone as smoothly as he's hoping it would have, like going straight into starting 11, being a starter all the time. But it's part of the process. Again, like I said, very young. He's got a lot of time to settle in. And in general, I can't really see this rumour being true at all because Juventus paid a massive fee to bring him in, and his time will come at some point. Chiellini's injured, Demiral has come in for the last, I think, 4 or 5 games, but he has played previously in a partnership with Bonucci. El Desmarque are saying Arsenal, Tottenham and Manchester United are trying to sign centre-back Samuel Umtiti from Barcelona, and the Spanish club are keen to sell the France international. I'm not sure what this means for Todibo because he was linked to Schalke and AC Milan on loan, and whether Barca do decide to let go of Umtiti and Todibo in the same window, we'll have to wait and see. And the final one today is a very short one, and Bayern's sporting director has ruled out a move in January for Leroy Sané. He was a massive target during the summer transfer window, but they couldn't work out a deal, and then he picked up that really bad injury. But that, guys, is going to be it for this video. So if you could do that good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button if you're new, and press the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. Yesterday's episode will be down below in the description box, and current schedule every day at 8 AM UK time will be a new transfer update. So thank you for watching this video, I'll see you next time.